Welcome back, Portal Masters. SCL Matt here with another live unboxing. Today is a very special stream. Maybe not quite as special as Saturday, but it is a special stream nonetheless. It is. What is going on? Okay. So, sorry, I had a weird echo going on here somewhere, and I wasn't sure what was going on. Anyway, I think I solved it. So, Lax Repos, Yoshi, welcome. Glad you guys can make it. Today we are going to have a double unboxing. I have two orders that came in today. I will warn you, they are a little bit smaller than my normal orders. These are orders that I kind of placed. One of them was just a decent value kind of impulse buy. The other one is after I placed the order like 2 or 3 days after I opened the store last week, and I sold off a bunch of more common items that I didn't expect to sell so well. And so a lot of things went out of stock very quickly. And so I wanted to kind of bulk up on some of those again. So there may not be as much excitement in these unboxings as we've had in some past ones, but it's still going to be stuff that I hope people want. People have been buying, and so I need to restock it. So maybe you need some of it too. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Good morning, Brian. Lax Repos. Do you have any idea when the giveaway packages are supposed to arrive? So all the giveaway packages, I packed them up yesterday, and I just mailed them out today. On average, depending where you live, the average time to get them is about 3 days. USPS will tell you 3 to 5 business days. I've noticed as long as things go smoothly, most people get their stuff within 3 days. If it's a bigger, heavier package that had to go priority mail, there's potential to get it in 2 days. But I think most of the giveaway stuff is going to be shipping first class, and so I would expect a minimum of 3 days probably. But you should have it by the end of the week. Let's put it that way. You should have it by Friday or Saturday at the very latest. Unless you're international folks, it'll be a couple weeks probably. So, yeah, Brian, about a week. That's a good thing to expect. Expect it to take a week, and hopefully it'll show up sooner. Kitty, welcome. Mr. Boo, welcome. Okay, like I said, we got a lot of stuff to do here today. 2 smaller lots to unbox, so we're gonna do those first, and then we'll continue with the stream. So if you saw the pictures on Twitter, both of them shipped in these medium flat rate boxes, but it's a little deceptive because this box probably only weighs like a fifth of what the second box weighs. So this is our smaller lot. So we'll take this one, get it out of the way first. So once again, nice bubble packaging filled to the top. I appreciate that. That's number one when you're shipping Skylanders. Fill the box. I don't care how you fill the box, just fill the box so that stuff doesn't shift around. Because that's when you really start to get more and more problems, is that stuff shifts, and then it gets ugly. So we have everything. Actually, inside here is a plastic gallon Ziploc bag with all the figures in it. So we'll open that up and see what we got here. So we have a Series 1 Terrafin. We have... I said Series 1, not Siri. I just realized that's what's been setting my watch off all these times. Is saying series. All right. Do you need some hex figures? I have a bunch new in box. I mean, I will take them if you're donating them, if you're selling them at a good price, I will consider it. Otherwise, no, I probably don't need them. Here we have Shroom Boom, is Series 1 figure from Giants. Welcome to the chat, Shocks. We have a Boomer. There we go, Boomer. I believe I just sold out of him too, so that's good to see. We have Deja Vu from Trap Team. Been seeing a lot of her, so. Food Fight, also from Trap Team. We got a Stump Smash. He's been selling pretty well too. Everybody Loves Eruptor, Series 1 from SSA. Got Chopper. We were playing with him in Trap Team the other day. Not bad, not bad. Got a Wind Up. We've been playing with him in Swap Force, so we'll actually play with him again soon. Later in this stream, I'm sure. We have the character everybody loves to hate, Sprocket. The original Series 1 Sprocket here from Giants. Of course, we have to have a Series 2 Cinder. Sounds good, Brian. I will let me know if you need any more input from me. And Rose F Death, yes, morning haircut. That was one of the things I had to run out and do today. Speaking of Hex, though, we do have a Series 1 Hex here actually intact. So yeah, this one is all good to go. No missing arms or heads or skulls or anything. That is a perfect Series 1 Hex there. And then the real reason I picked up this lot, I mean, it was cheap. It was like 10, 15 bucks or something like that. But it included this here Eon's Elite Voodooed. So I figured get a few other figures that I can use for my inventory, plus this Eon's Elite figure, and we're doing pretty well. So like I said, that's a small one. That was a small lot there. Well packaged. I appreciate it. But now we're going to move on to the second lot. This one, like I said, it's in the same size box, but it is significantly heavier. I can kind of show you here. There is no actual packaging in here because they just filled it to the brim with Skylanders. So let's see what we got in here. I'm going to pull these out first. We actually have two of the 3DS portals. So these are the smaller handheld 3DS portals. I forget which is which now. So yeah, they're both battery operated. One has the green ring, one has the clear ring along the bottom there. So I'll have to look up which games these actually came with. That's something I need to make a list of, is portal model numbers and which games and systems they come with. So Akasha, the Voodooed Eon's Elite will be for sale. Yes, that one will be for sale. I'm pretty sure everything that's in these lots today will be up on the shop. And I will get it up there as soon as this stream is over. I mean, well, I have to update the inventory, but then within an hour after this stream is over, I will have all this stuff up on the site for purchase. Do I still collect Skylanders for my own collection? I will be. But like I said, I want to help you guys out as much as possible. And so my priority right now is to get the shop up and running. And so I want to put as much inventory as I can into the shop. If there's a piece I come across that I think is like super rare, I'm going to have a hard time getting my hands on a second one, like I said, like if I get my hands on a Yawn Trap, like that's going in my collection first. Whereas things like the Eon's Elite, yeah, I do need to add them to my collection again because I sold off my original ones, but I feel I can keep finding more and more of them. So that's not something I'm going to keep in my collection right now. I will gladly pass them on to you guys. SSA is green. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. The SSA was the original green one, and then so that second one is probably the Giants one. That probably goes in line with most of what's in this lot, I think. But yes, Scorp. Yes, I did get a haircut. Yoshi. We not a whole lot. Mostly common. SSA, Giant, Swap Force, Trap Team. Not a lot of characters. It's about 12 characters. The big piece was the Eon's Elite Voodoo. So thank you. I love haircut days. It just feels so much lighter. And now I don't know what the temperature is where you guys are, but it's been in the high 70s, 80s, even close to 90 this week. And so the haircut feels really good right now. All right. Second box we're getting into, we had the 2 3DS portals. Then we have a thump back. These Giants, the Giants figures, I mean, the actual Giants have been selling a lot faster than I anticipated. So I need to make sure I have them in stock. We have another Giant, Crusher here. This is my boy Crusher. Hey, Lax of Repos. What do you know? There's a sunburn. But yeah, they want it only. This is, you can purchase your complete sunburn collection right here. All right, we have Fright Rider, Series 1 Fright Rider. We do indeed have a Darklight Crypt. Does everybody remember when these were rare? I have like 2 or 3 of them in the shop right now, but I mean, they're great levels. If you haven't played the SSA expansion levels, I highly recommend them. Like, they're good fun. And if I could stream them easily, I would, but I can't really do that right now. We do have a Hothead, another Giant. So that's 3 Giants so far. I don't remember if all of them are in this lot, but well, here's number 4, Bouncer, who is intact this time, unlike the last lot we unboxed where we had our broken Bouncer completely removed from his base. We have an item. We have the Dragonfire Cannon. So that's always a nice piece. This is just the normal version, not the golden exclusive one. Just the standard Dragonfire Cannon. Do I have a separate place in the website for traps? No, the traps should be listed there. Are you? I'm not sure if you're having trouble finding them. If you're just looking for the basic information pages, it's on the Skylanders Trap Team page. If you're looking in the shop, they're listed right there with the other figures. And if you go on the website, I'll have to pull this up sometime later. But there is in the shop, if anybody's having trouble finding things, above the listings, there's a little button that says show filters. If you're not seeing that button, try refreshing the page and to get the latest version of the site. But there should be a little button that says show filters, and it should allow you to filter the shop by game, by type of figure. So you could just filter out to see all the traps. There's an in-stock filter there, or if you know exactly what you're looking for, there's a search bar in that filter section that just searches through the shop. So it doesn't search the whole site. It just searches through the shop. So if you're looking for stuff, that's going to be, especially if you know what you're looking for, that's going to be the easiest way to go about it. Like I said, the in-stock filter helps out a lot. Continuing on here, we have the hot dog. Series 1 hot dog from Giants there. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I missed this one. Maxon, yes. Brian has this right. The Chaos, new unbox Chaos is the 4K giveaway. we upgraded him from the loose chaos to the new inbox chaos because we gave away the loose chaos during our 12-hour stream. So now the new inbox chaos is up there for our 4K giveaway. When we hit 4,000 watch hours on the channel, that's when we're going to give that one away, and that's going to kick off our regular giveaways. Yoshi, I can tell you, looking right now, I don't think there's a jawbreaker in this lot. But yeah, we'll let you know if I'm sure someone will let you know if we do find one. I'll post about it on Twitter or something. Just got news that the new Skylanders Infinite trailer just got released. I am not familiar with this, Reese. Does anybody else know? Is this a new thing? Like, I don't know if you're on Twitter or anything, or Twitter or Facebook. Post a link over there, and I'll take a look at it, or send me a link. But yeah, that sounds like something that might be fan made. I haven't heard anything about that, and I think there would have been more news if I missed something like that. Chris, yes, the cheese slice is your favorite Skylander. I mean, not everything back here is Skylanders. You got Skylanders up here. You got my Green Bay Packers fandom over there. You got Harry Potter over there. All sorts of stuff. All right. Continuing on, we have another level. We have the Empire of Ice. So that goes along with the Dark Light Crypt like we were talking about. We have more giants. There's our Tree Rex. Like I said, no lot is complete without a Tree Rex. So that gives us 5 giants so far. So we might have them all in here. Here's our first variant, I think. We have a legendary Trigger Happy. So this was the first legendary figure to be sold separately, because the first 3 legendaries, Bash, Chop Chop, and Igniter. Was he the third one? Maybe? Was Igniter in SSA or Giants? Anyway, there was a triple pack of legendary figures first, and then the single pack of legendary Trigger Happy. So it's something not quite standard there. One of the Forgotten 8, we have Dino Rang. Looking good there with his boomerangs. We have Series 1 Gil Grunt. Seen a lot of him, but hey, we'll take it. Got Series 1 Chop Chop. Thankfully, we do have, to go along with the Empire of Ice, we have Slam Bam, Series 1 Slam Bam. And this one's intact. He's not a swapper. All right, we got another Series 2 Cinder. No surprise there. Looks like we are going to have most of the starter pack figures in this lot, but there's plenty of other stuff too. Oh, here's one. Mini Genie. The original Sidekick Mini Genie, not the actual Mini. So this is one we haven't gotten in too many lots before, but yeah, this is the Mini from Skylanders Giants era. So the orange base. I mean, it's identical to the mini Genie. But yeah, here is the Sidekick Mini Genie. If anyone's looking for that one, that will be up in the shop later on. That might be a listing I have to add. I don't know if I have the sidekicks listed right now, because I don't think we've had any for sale yet. Oh yeah. Thank you, Chandler. The Spyro was in that 3-pack. Yeah, so Igniter was in Giants. So yeah, the 3-pack of legendaries was Bash, Chop Chop, and Spyro. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, Joseph, thank you for that too. Okay, there you go. Skylanders Infinite it's just on fan made. It's a prank. Yep. Yeah. Like I said, I was pretty sure if something actually dropped, if there's some big news, I probably would have heard about it by now, or heard about it early. But ooh, that doesn't look pretty. We do have a Series 1 Zook, but this is going to go in our damaged pile. I don't know if it'll can focus on that there. His left hand is a bit torn up. I think someone tried to chew on it, maybe. So we'll set that one aside, and that one will go with all the damage figures we've been getting. Quentin, I ended up having to send, I think, 4 international packages, which cost me right around $100 to send out. Just those 4 packages, and then the other 7 or 8 packages, because we had a couple double winners there. The rest of those were to the US, but yeah, it is what it is. All right, we got, it's what I agreed to do. We got Swarm here. So that's our 6th giant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 2 more giants. We'll see if we get the whole set in here. We have a Series 1 Spyro. Just normal one, not the legendary. All right. We have Series 1 Prison Break. Good looking figure. Haven't seen him in a while. Oscar, I'm not sure where you're seeing this. That I don't think there should be a free. The only way you can get free shipping is if you have a special coupon, which most people don't. Shipping for the US, if you're asking about the shop, it starts with a base rate of $3.95 and it adds $1 for every figure you put in your cart. If you're asking like for the giveaway packages, each of those packages costs some that were just figures. I could get away with like $4 or $5 shipping. Some of the bigger ones that had like either had Imaginators that are a little bit heavier or that had games and portals that was shipping along with them. Those costs closer to 8 to 10, depending where they were going. So yeah. Chandler, the double winners. One of them was my mistake that I missed someone who had entered and called out a different winner, so we had 2 winners there. The other one was the game show thing that I had in the middle of it, where I had people come on and pick or have to name that Skylander. Someone said it was very reminiscent of what's that Pokemon or whatever that one version was called. But I gave like silhouettes of different Skylanders figures, and you had to tell me what character it was and which game they were from. And people just ran through that game. Well, I had 3 people on the show playing for prizes. 2 of them had perfect scores. 1 was 1 point off. It just I underestimated people's Skylanders knowledge basically, and we had some ties there. So I gave out multiple prizes, had to send out multiple packages. So is that Tough Luck next to Thumpback? Oh, on the shelf. Chris, no, this is not Tough Luck. This is my custom 3D printed Imaginator. If you want to get a better shot of that, I do have an unboxing video on my channel from a few years ago when I got that. But yeah. All right. Continuing with this unboxing, let's get through this box so we can get on to some other stuff. We got a Series 1 Flame Slinger. There's nothing wrong with Flame Slinger. I love both versions. We got Series 1, Series 2. Well, we didn't get Series 2 yet, but actually maybe we'll see. We got a Flashwing. I'm actually kind of surprised she's intact, being near the bottom of this box when it's just crammed full of Skylanders. But all of these seem to be in good condition, considering that they're just kind of jammed in here. We have a Series 2 Trigger Happy. I always said that's my least favorite mold of Trigger Happy, but I mean, Trigger Happy is Trigger Happy. He's pretty cool. My most recent figure focus was Drobot. Like I said, Drobot is never a bad thing to have. It's kind of common, but still a good piece. We have the Sky Iron Shield. This is a magic item that came along with, I want to say, no. I can't remember offhand which one this came with. No, was this Pirate Seas? Maybe? No. One of the SSA sets. I'm sure you guys can help me out in the chat if you remember. We have a Series 1 Lightning Rod. We have the top half of Rubble Browser. And actually, here we go. They're just mixed up. There, we have our full Rubble Browser, followed by a Trap Shadow. So that's cool to see. Trap Shadow, once again, I know some people were, okay, it was Empire of Ice. Thank you very much. Some people were wondering about, or looking at the sorting the items in the shop by popularity, and Trap Shadow keeps coming up on the top. Because yeah, we've been selling a lot of Trap Shadow. So we got another one if someone wants it. We have a Series 1 Terrafin. So this guy ended up in both lots we've unboxed today. Another one of the Forgotten Eights. We have Series 1 Voodoo. So earlier we just pulled out the Eon's Elite from the first box. Here we get the standard version. Here is the Hidden Treasure, another magic item to go along with one of those sets. Hey, another Boomer. So we pulled out 2 Boomers today. I'll take that. And surprise. Oh, this one. We do have another Series 1 Hex here. I'm curious about this back arm though. Might be a little bit loose, or maybe it's just bent. Like I was just applauding the last one we had. If I can find it on my table. Here we are. So actually, no, it looks pretty good. So yeah, we actually got 2 intact Series 1 Hex figures. Once again, I'm quite impressed being at the bottom of the box that they hung in there. But we do have Hex if anybody's looking for those. We have a Series 1 Stealth Elf. We have, might have to clean. Well, I'll have to see if I can clean this one up. This is a Series 1 Pop Fizz. There's some paint on here, and I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get that off. Maybe it's not actually paint. It might be some kind of arts and crafts something or other. It's green. It's not supposed to be there. I'll have to look into that. I'm gonna throw that in the damage pile for now, so I take a look at it. Might just go with the damage figures if I can't clean them up. But we have Series 1 Bash. Oscar, as far as the shipping, I'd have to go look at the site to see what you're seeing. I don't have an answer for you right now. I'll check it out later. Kitty, yes. Next time I do the Who's That Skylander, I could include magic items. Although I feel those will be a little bit easier. Like there's not as many of them, and they have very distinct shapes and stuff. So I don't know if that would be much of a challenge, especially given the fact that folks were so good at nailing the Skylanders and which game they came from. And like I thought I could stump you when I asked you, here's an Eruptor outline. Of course, everybody knew it was Eruptor, but which game is it from? And it's like, nope, right off the bat. It's like, oh yeah, that's Series 1 Eruptor. And hey, look at that. There's Series 2 Eruptor. Like I thought, like how many of you know which arm is supposed to be up for which series? Like, if it weren't for the bases, I'd have a pretty hard time telling because I don't remember these things. I guess, well, no, from the silhouette view, they probably look quite similar. Even with the one on the shoulder, like the Series 2 has more horns on the back of the head, but you can't see that in silhouette form. So, like I said, I was impressed with everybody that played. And so everybody got prizes. We have a Series 2 Chop Chop. So we had Series 1 earlier, Series 2 now. We have our third level piece. Here is Pirate Seas. So this is one of the most detailed pieces, I feel, especially from SSA. Like, for all of the other stuff, if nothing else, get the level pieces just to see how detailed they are. I mean, they're great for the levels themselves, but I've always been impressed with these pieces, how much design they actually put into them. Like, they could have just said, here's a block of plastic, go play the extra level, but no, they did something nice with them. We have a Series 2 Double Trouble. We have a Series 1 Jetvac. So I think that finishes off our starter pack figures. We have a Series 1 Sonic Boom. And here's our fourth level piece. We had Sunburn earlier, and here you go, Dragon's Peak. That's so we got all 4 SSA adventure packs. Not quite all the magic items to go with them, but yeah. Well, one of my favorite parts of this Dragon's Peak is that it has this little staircase right here that starts on the side and it wraps all the way around to the back. Like, once again, they didn't have to do anything with the back side of these pieces, but they put a lot of detail into it. Chris, yeah, that's Oscar. There are level pieces in the shop. Yes. Anything that I have in stock will be in there for sure. Chris, the Double Trouble bent wand, that's just one of those pieces. We see it more in later sets as they start to use like different materials for weapons like that. I mean, you kind of get the same thing with Voodooed, and his axe is usually bent a little bit on either one side or both sides. But yeah, where did I just set him down? Yeah, Double Trouble. Yeah, it's just because it's thinner plastic. Like, it things bend around, and I think the way they had this one in the box actually kind of didn't do well for the staff. So I think that's part of it, why you see those more often. But if you have a lot of Imaginators figures, like Aurora's swords or Ember's staff, like they're always bent and drooping, and it's not good. Scorp favorite Skylander is Camo. Kasha you got the crystal clear Lobstar. Awesome. I'm glad you like him. Yeah, that was a cool figure we found. So I'm glad you got your hands on it. Yeah, Ember is like a circle. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't like the figures look cool in pictures, but once you get your hands on them and once you get them out of the box and things start happening to those weapons, I don't know why they did that. All right, we have another magic item, the Ghost Swords. We have Anvil Rain, another magic item. So yeah, like I was saying, we have almost complete sets of these adventure packs. We have all 4 level pieces, most of the magic items, but I don't think all of them, because they're only like 4 or 6 we got. We needed 8 to get all of them. We have a Series 1 Shroom Boom. We had one of these. I forget if it was this box or the first box. It might have been the first box. We have another variant, though. We have, I was going to call him Love Potion. It's not. It's Punch Pop Fizz. So many red or pink Pop Fizz variants. Punch Pop Fizz. This was one of the 3DS exclusive variants. And all right, the last figure in this box to go along with one of the adventure packs again, we do have a Ghost Roaster. I know he's been out of stock in the shop for a while, so yeah, there you go. There you go. So that is the unboxing portion of this stream here. The Swords of Your Aurora aren't drooping. That's awesome. What I find more often is, like, I don't think they droop on their own, but as soon as they're put in storage, or they're a lot of times when they're shipped, like they're easy to bend, and if they're held in that position for, you know, a few days during shipping and during temperature changes and stuff, they tend to get stuck there. I mean, not completely stuck there, but yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's how they have to go sometimes. So I think I liked what happened last time. It really sped up my process for this. So if you guys don't mind, I am going to go ahead and test and reset these on the stream so I can get them up in the store faster after the stream. So the next 20-30 minutes will be me putting figures on the portal and resetting them while I talk with you guys. And then after that, we'll jump back into our Swap Force stream. So yes, I am going to toss this overlay back on. It's the game sound, so I know what's going on in the game. And we'll start testing some new figures that we just opened up.
No chain, no game.
Because, like I said, I want to get these figures up in the shop as soon as possible for you. So yeah, you guys just get to hear some catchphrases and see lots of magic moments on the screen as we put all of these figures on. Brian, no, you did not miss a volcanic vault. That would be another one. The first volcanic vault I get is going in my collection, but if I get a second one, it'll go up in the shop. But that's one that I've been searching for a long time, and like I've never wanted to pay the prices that were out there to like buy individually. So I'm kind of hoping to pull one out in a lot sometime. Yeah. So what are you guys doing? What questions do you have? What characters from Spyro's Adventure are more valuable than others? So Spyro's Adventure doesn't have a lot of rare figures outside of the chase variants right now. Wham Shell is going to be top of that list, though, especially of standard figures. Wham Shell is that, you know, Wave 5 release. It was late in the series, didn't have a lot of shelf time, and was just kind of hard to come by. And so everybody who wanted to complete their collections needed it, and it was hard to find. So yeah, I would say that Wham Shell is going to be the rarest, especially of these standard ones. But yeah, that is probably the easiest answer. I mean, some of the variants are sort of rare. I mean, if you want to say like sidekicks are hard to come by or can be hard to come by. As far as other in-game variants, like Dark Spyro is a little bit on the rare side. because he was, once again, the 3DS exclusive, and not a lot of people bought that firsthand, at least. They didn't want to spend the money that much money just to get one figure for their collection. So that's one that they had to pick up afterwards. So it's a little bit harder to find nowadays, but that's about it. Joseph, yeah, I do think about that sometimes, like, especially when I run across like a maxed out character, like level 20, full, 65,000 gold. And it's like, man, someone spent a lot of time doing that and it's gone. But that's when, we always talk about, well, I should take all the gold that's on these figures and go into like, we were just talking about like Swap Force, where you have those shops where you need to like buy all the hats and trinkets and all the little extras that you need to pay gold for. I should take all these used figures into the game and just use the gold that other people have earned to buy all that stuff. But I haven't done that yet, and I'm not at that point yet where I'm trying to 100% the games, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Valuable Swap Force figures. Once again, of the standard ones, it's going to be the ones that came out latest. And so like Doomstone. I mean, the easiest way to go about this might be to just go into my shop, even though you can't shop there because I know you're outside the US. But Quentin, if you want to go check out the shop and sort by price, highest to lowest, and just kind of scroll through there, and you'll see the items that I have listed at higher prices are going to be a bit more on the rare side. And that's why they're higher priced. So like SSA, like Whamshell's the highest priced figure out there, and I think Doomstone is the highest priced figure. So that's the easiest way to do that.
A perfect record. It's beaten time. The beam is supreme.
Yeah, Skylanders figure sculpts are some of the best. I agree. They vary from year to year a little bit, but
The beam is supreme.
they had some fun with them. And I mean, saying they're as good as like McFarlane, I mean that feels that might be pushing it, because like if you give McFarlane a license to do Skylanders, I think we would probably all agree that their version of the figure is going to look better than these figures. But I get where you're coming from. Yes, I do appreciate the detail that has been put into the Skylanders figures. What I don't always appreciate, and is a little lacking sometimes, is the paint job on Skylanders figures. Sometimes it gets a little bit loose. What one we were noticing the other day, we had looked at, I had a couple of Sunburn figures in stock, and like the paint job on the top of the head was drastically different. Like there's a yellow stripe that goes down the back of the head, and one, like the yellow stripe was almost missing. Another one only went like halfway down. Like this one, this I think is proper. The one I got today, that goes like all the way down to the back, or to like the base of the neck. Like I think that's what they were going for. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that though. Chris, my game collection. What do you mean? What do you mean by game collection? Just like my Skylanders games or other games, or like the in-game collection, or what are we talking about?
Getting stronger.
Gear Shift and Tough Luck. They're on the uncommon side of things. I wouldn't say they're super rare, but they're definitely not common. Gear Shift more so than Tough Luck, I would say. But yeah, for whatever reason, like I would have thought everybody has Gear Shift. They allowed us to, yeah, at least here in the US, pre-order Gear Shift along with the starter pack. And so it was really easy to get our hands on.
Slice and dice.
Tough Luck, I think was wave 1 or 2 figure and was pretty common early on, but nowadays I remember researching and seeing that it would
Slice and dice.
It's not as common anymore as I would have thought, or at least there's not as many for sale. Yeah, McFarlanders, with the paint detail exactly. So that's what they should have done for Eon's Elite. Like Eon's Elite should have been licensed out to McFarland, and then I think they would be worth, that $30 or even $45 price point that that they tried to sell them to us for. But
Bolts and lightning.
Yeah, some trigger happy figures have weird ears. Paint jobs are always different. Some have more detail than others. Exactly. Like the quality control on the paint job of Skylanders is weird. In-game collection.
My power will haunt you.
Here, let's see what this looks like. So this game, at least, like it's pretty close to 100% actually. I don't know that I've like loaded up all my Skylanders in this game and stuff, but I know in the earlier games I usually load up all my Skylanders, but I haven't done that yet in like my newest playthroughs. Is there a way to actually toy collection? That's what I was looking for. 215 of 218. 23 of 34. I wonder what I'm missing. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out later. That's something, that'd be another thing we can dive into someday and see if I can finish off those collections.
Fear the fish.
McFarlane have points for articulation. Yeah. There would be... that's what I'm saying. Like, a partnership with McFarlane would go a long way, I think.
Fear the fish.
So Quentin, on my site, I think I removed the direct link to it because it wasn't as pertinent without stuff being currently released. If you search for, like, go to Google and search like SCL release dates, I think that might get you to the page that I have of release dates for the different games. If not, I'll have to get it back up on the site. It's still up there somewhere. I just don't have a direct link to it right now. I think it used to be a menu item when stuff was being released, and I only had it for the last 3 or 4 games because I wasn't in it for the first 2 games, and so I didn't have all that information. Or no, if you go to Dark Spyro, darkspyro.net, and from the top menu, select whichever game you're looking for, and then down the menu on the left-hand side, if you go click on like packs, it'll lay it out for you which figures came out in which wave. That might be the easiest place to go about it. Because I know that stuff's still up there. Who came up with Echo's price for my shop? Well, I did. I mean, that's based on what she is currently selling for out there.
Deal with the wheel.
And what's on my site is probably cheaper than what is on eBay. If it's not, I might have to update my price. But yeah, she's rare, she's expensive, she's hard to find, and she's in demand. So, but yes, McFarlanders. Like I wish that now. Just talking about this, I really want McFarlane Skylanders or McFarlanders. Like I want to see that branding too. All right, Kitty. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Brian, I'm not really familiar with Four Horsemen, but I'll take your word for it. There's a number of companies, a handful of companies out there that specialize in high-end collectible figurines like that. And yeah, I get it. Stalwart Teen, I'm not really into articulation either. That's not something I need. It was kind of cool with some of the vehicles in Superchargers. Like I did appreciate the articulation on like Jetstream and Buzzwing and stuff like that. Like that made sense to me. But otherwise, I don't need articulation in my figures. I feel that's just more possible points that it's gonna break more than anything. Like I would rather just have a solid figure that looks good.
Bring it the sting. Looking good. Bring it the sting. Hide and sleek.
Do the light core figures still have the in-game effect that they did in Giants? Oh, in later games.
Numbers don't tell the whole story.
When you say in-game effect, you mean? I think so. I'm pretty sure they are completely the same in later games. I could be wrong on that, since I don't use I don't have and I don't use a lot of in-game, or not in-game, like core figures. So I can't say for sure, but and I don't think I got any light core figures today, so I can't easily experiment with one. I think everything I got was normal, standard figures. Why is Whamshell more rare than Camel or Whirlwind if they are from the same wave? So Camel and Whirlwind, I believe, had additional releases. So like Whirlwind started out as a Target exclusive and then was re-released later for everybody else. The Camo, didn't he like come out in a 3-pack as well? Maybe a triple pack? So he had 2 releases, I want to say. You meant Warnado? Well, Warnado was not as popular of a character for one. But Warnado. What do I know about Warnado? I can't think offhand what kind of release he had, but that's something I would check and see is if he had a secondary release or an earlier release. So like if he came out in wave 5 as well, or wave 4, or whatever wave he came out with, to I would anticipate that he had an earlier release, and the wave 5 release was just a restock. Who's the second rare swapper? My instinct would have said Trap Shadow, because he came out pretty late as well, but he's been pretty common. Second rarest swapper. I mean, yeah, Doomstone's top of the list for sure. I'm not sure offhand if there's really a standout for second. I just thought it was weird that the minis were technically different characters than the full-size figures. They had the same powers. Yeah, I mean, that's how they had to handle it. Especially when they wanted to give them different names, cutesy names to go along with it. Like that's what made the most sense. So the entire Skylanders exclusive discourse. Okay, so Lax Repos. In SSA, they had some weird kind of timed exclusives. I don't know if it was always planned that way or if they changed their minds, but when it first released, Whirlwind was exclusive to Target and Drill Sergeant was exclusive to Walmart. Just the standard figure, not any variant figure, just the standard figure. And so there is actually special packaging out there. Pirate Dad has it, I know. I think you can find them on eBay yet too. But if you search for like Whirlwind Target exclusive, you might be able to find one of the packages that actually says exclusive to Target. After time, it was available everywhere, but there is actually a slight paint variation. It's just a slightly different shade, and you can kind of tell them apart. But the easiest way to tell them apart is if they're still in their original packaging that says exclusive to Target. So there's that, and then, like I said, the Drill Sergeant to Walmart. Red Drill Sergeant was also exclusive to Walmart. So that one's a little bit confusing. But the first just standard Drill Sergeant figure was also exclusive to Walmart originally, and then available everywhere later on. But they did have that special packaging that said exclusive to Walmart. And once again, kind of like the Whirlwind, it has like a slightly different paint color that they used. I don't think that was intentional, but if you put them side by side, you can see a difference. But if you just put them side by side outside of the packaging and ask me which one was which, I'm not going to be able to tell you.
Rush hour.
How difficult do you think to find new and packaged Eon's Elite for a reasonable price? That Master Robo, that last line right there is the kicker. For a reasonable price. Can you find them new in box? Absolutely. They're out there. I sold mine off a few years ago. I still kept them new in box. I had them, but yeah, now for a reasonable price, now that people understand, like are accepting them as collector's items and stuff, and there are many fewer of them is still in the box. A lot of people have actually taken them out of box now. They are getting much harder to find in box. So the prices are going up, and I would only expect them to continue to go up. So if that's something you want new in box, I mean, if you find them at a reasonable, well, what's a reasonable price? Is reasonable original retail? You can probably find that $30. But if you want under retail new in box, I mean, if you keep your eyes out, you could probably find it eventually. Maybe find a good lot of figures. You might be able to find some, but it's gonna take a while, I think. There we go. That's what I figured. Warnado was in triple pack, but also in wave 5. So that helps out a lot. Whereas Whamshell did not have a release like that. Spyrise, yes, possibly Spyrise. That could be a contender for second. Do you think in 20 years, kids that grew up playing with Skylanders and got rid of them will hunt their lost collections nowadays? Yes, absolutely. I mean, I know of people who have already started doing that. You know, we got people who were 10 or 12 years old when they were playing with Skylanders, sold them off when they were in high school, maybe, or their parents sold them off when they're in high school, or their parents sold them off when they moved to college or something. But now they're in college or they have a job. And so they have some disposable income of their own. And they're starting to rebuy their collections. Like I've talked with a few people who are already in that stage. And so, yes, I only think that number is going to continue to grow over time of people who want to get back to that, because that's where I see Skylanders at right now. Like, how many of you out there right now still play these games on a regular basis? Are you actually still actively playing these games, or are you just collecting the figures and watching other people play? Like, do you still play? Is that something that you're doing? I'd be curious. But yeah, I think more than anything, Skylanders have solidified themselves as a long-term collectible, and that's how it's going to survive for now. That's where we're at. Yeah, technically says only at in the target symbol. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's the same. It's the same terminology they use for like Granite Crusher and Jade Flashwing, right? It says only at with the target symbol. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just how they did it.
Be the dark.
How hard is it to find a Series 2 Wrecking Ball? I know back during the Giants era, he was another one that was tough to find during his first release. I do remember that being a thing. He was kind of a late release, but I don't hear people talking about him nowadays as being tough to find. I've run across a few of them, but not a lot of them in like these lots that I've been opening up. So it's probably a bit more on the uncommon side, at least. I wouldn't necessarily call it rare, but definitely uncommon. Yoshi, no, I'm not actually playing Imaginators right now. I'm just running through testing and resetting the figures that I opened. And then we'll jump back to Swap Force. But no, I did not get a Jawbreaker. But I always, when I do this, I wouldn't have had to do it today, actually. Because I think I only got, no, there were a few Trap Team figures in here. So I just like to do this in Imaginators because it can handle all of the old figures. I don't have to keep switching between games then. There you go. Keep all your Skylanders forever and put them in your will. That means you need to keep informing the next generations about the value and the wonder that are Skylanders. Otherwise, they'll just trash them once they get them. You do play? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Still love and play the games. Nice. Just restarted playing when I came back. Yeah. Yeah. Glad you held on to your collection. Sure. Just started because of me. Awesome. I'm glad I have that kind of influence. I mean, that's a good influence to have, I feel. Yeah, the red on the drill sergeant is slightly darker. Yep, I got you. Got your own personal challenges. Fair enough, Martin. Once you got the platinum trophy, yeah. That's kind of where I was back in the day, and that's why I'm enjoying so much going back and playing these games. Like, so the only games I went back and like played for fun were SSA, and if I finished SSA and still was in a Skylanders mood, I would move on to Giants. But the other games I haven't really played much since I beat them. I got the platinum, and then moved on to the next game. It was time to get the next game going. Are there going to be more super streams or streams with guest stars? Probably. So the Eons Elite are always confusing for me when I'm trying to reset them. Because you go ahead and reset the figure, and it's like, hey, look, I'm still at level 20. But that is actually reset because Eons Elite, they're always at level 20. That's what they do. It's part of their power. Brent, welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. But sorry, last repose. Yeah, I'm not planning any super streams in the near future. In fact, after this week, I'm taking a little break. I'm taking a vacation. So sorry to say it, but next week, actually probably the next 2 weeks, I'm not going to have streams. I'm not going to have live streams. I should still have videos coming out in the middle of the weeks. But my live streams will not be happening in the next 2 weeks. So that's something to keep in mind. But yes, when I get back from my vacation there, I will definitely work on some other special streams. Who would you want to see as guest stars? That'd be something I'd be interested to know. Who do you want to see as guest stars? Like, we had Pirate Dad on the one. I've talked with him, and he'd be willing to come back if that's something we want to do.
And lightning.
Otherwise, yeah, more. I know someone mentioned having the noise back on. Josh from the Toys for Games podcast. I don't know how many of you ever listened to that, but that's where I really started to. I was a guest on their podcast. I was the Skylanders expert. And we work really well together. So we can. He just pulled out his Skylanders the other day. I was interacting with him on Twitter, and he and his son pulled out their old Skylanders collection, and we're having a lot of fun with it. So yeah, he might be fun to talk to because I know he still has his collection. Biggest reason I love Skylanders 7 is hunting the new figures that came out with, because the first 6 games came out, I was pretty young and not really. Yeah, exactly. Like. That's more than anything. I think that's why I want a new Skylanders game, is simply because I love hunting Skylanders. I love the chase. I love the hunt. I love reporting on new figures coming out. I love the speculation of what the new figures are going to be. I mean, as silly as it sounds, some of the greatest moments were when someone would find a blurry image of the Skylanders poster for that game. And so we would start figuring out like how many figures were going to be in total and what elements we were still looking for and which one, like, oh, this one's going to be a dragon and all sorts of different stuff. That was fun.
Bring the boom!
All right. Almost done with our testing here. So we can get moving on there. Brent, still trying to figure out the best way to start. I'm telling you, man, I would go with the Xbox 360 or PS3 because I would recommend starting with SSA and Giants. And if you get one of those systems, you'll be able to stay on that console all the way through Imaginators. You'll be able to play. Those are the only two consoles you can play all 6 games on. So that's my recommendation to you. If you're just getting started, Xbox 360 or PS3. Plus, the games on those consoles are going to be cheaper. Whereas, like, if you try to go for an Xbox One,
did that just happen?
Those games and portals are super expensive right now. And that's not gonna be a happy place for your wallet. But yeah, then if you start with like the SSA figures, you can always use the older figures in the newer games. So you start with that, start building a collection from there, and move on up as you go along. Because then you only need to add a minimum amount of pieces going forward if you really want to actually play the games. I mean, if you really get into it, like the rest of us, you're going to want to buy more pieces just to complete your collection. But it won't be necessary.
Look at my numbers grow.
Soy sauce. When it gave you legendary bouncer, crusher, and treadhead for free, I count that as a win. That's awesome. Okay, so I don't know do my magic items work here? All right, so this is a little bit tricky to test them here. Kind of like we talked about. I know I mentioned in one stream the traps. If you put a trap on the portal, or you have to be using a portal with the trap slot, but if you put it on in Imaginators, it's going to give you like 500 gold. I just put on the ghost swords, the magic item, and it just gave me 507 gold. So I'm going to have to reset this figure again. But here, now I'm going to put on the hidden treasure. And unfortunately, it's not registering right now. So I might have to test these in a different game. Yeah. See, in different games, even the older... Okay, that one registered. I hope these aren't actually broken then. So that was Anvil Rain. Just gave me like 508 gold. And there's the Sky Iron Shield. Gave me another 500 some. Dragon's Peak gives you more gold. Empire Vice gives you gold. Darklight Crypts gives you gold. Pirate Seas gives you gold. Okay, so those at least seem to register. I'll have to see that the Dragonfire Cannon and the Hidden Treasure didn't want to give me gold when I put them on. So I'll have to try them when we jump back to Swap Force in a minute to see what's going on with those. All right, what other... Yeah, Brian, Toys for Games crew, sure. We'll see if we can get them on. FGTV, like Andy Robertson and some of them, potentially. Yeah, I know, like, they were just talking about Skylanders again. So I wonder if we could get together for a little bit. That one, I think most of them are over in the UK though, so that'd be a little bit harder to schedule too. But still, not impossible. Personally, I think Wii U for DK and Bowser would be the best console, and we support. Okay. I could see that, but if we go down the Wii route, like the later games get really rough. and that's why I don't want to go there. If you absolutely want DK and Bowser support, yes, you need a Nintendo console. But I mean, there's too much other stuff that went wrong with the Wii that I have trouble recommending it nowadays. Yeah, you can start out with a big lot when you're just starting collection, because I mean you don't have any figures, so it doesn't really matter as long as there's not too many duplicates. Yeah, Imaginators got super pricey, especially if you're looking at like Imaginators on Switch. There's not enough copies of that out there. They need to make some more. Okay. Yeah, that's not confusing. Oh man, Skylanders boy and girl. We're not going to talk about them right now. Oh yeah, I don't have any connections with them. If we're talking about Family Gamer TV, I have some connections with them. So, Brian, thanks. Glad to be back here. Yeah, I would love to play the old expansion packs in Imaginators, but unfortunately, you can't. All right. So we've tested all I can for now. So I think it's... Oh, wait. Hold on. I got to reset this guy. I'm not going to send Shroom Boom off with 3,500 gold. Although I have thought about doing that. Like... I think we talked about you would rather get a figure at level 1 with 0 gold, right? And do everything yourself. Would you be interested in, or would you pay more if your figure came with like 10,000 gold or something? Because I think we said most figures with like 11,000 gold, that's enough. Well, if you have all the winged sapphires, that's enough to like buy all your upgrades. Like, is that something you want, or do you still want to get all the gold yourself too? Questions I've always wondered about, and I wonder even more about now that I'm selling them. Yeah, this would be interesting. Like, I don't think they would reissue figures. I really don't. I think if we get a remaster, I think they allow old figures to work, but I think they wouldn't reissue figures. I don't think they would produce more figures. I think it would be digital. So anyone who didn't have the figures or didn't want to mess with figures, you just buy digital figures. But I don't think they're producing new figures for this, unfortunately. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Skylanders Boy and Girl. There was an audience for it, obviously. They have a following. It's not my cup of tea, the content that they put out. It's not for me. But like I said, their audience was the target market for Skylanders, which, you know, was like 6 to 12-year-olds. And so they had their audience. They found their audience. They did YouTube right. Like, their dad helped out a lot. Like I think he was like a music producer or something like that. And so he had a lot of equipment and editing skills and stuff like that he could put those videos together for them. And so, yeah, I'm glad they had a lot of fun with it. They like I said, they won YouTube. Nothing wrong with that. Got Imaginators for Switch free from your uncle. Well done. Well done. Allowed to talk about new Skylanders game? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the Lightseekers folks understood that for sure. But yeah, Toys R Us going out of business kind of hurt everybody because like from day one, I was just reading the original press release for Spyro's Adventure. And I think it was in the very, very first press release they put out for Spyro's Adventure. They mentioned that they were going in to that with a partnership with Toys R Us. So from day one, Toys R Us was a huge part of making Skylanders a success. Like that was something you have to wonder if they would have been quite as successful if Toys R Us hadn't bought on and said, hey, yeah, we'll give you a giant wall in the store and fill it with all of your products. So, okay, Martin, you'd reset your figures each time. I mean, that's kind of what I figured. That's why I always reset figures before I sell them, because that's how I would want to get the figure. Like it's new out of the box. It's level 1, 0 gold. You get to play it your way. Ebentube Gaming, yeah, he was another one. Did very well for himself. Their dad was part of why you watch. Yeah, he was a goofy guy, at least in the videos. I don't know him personally out of the video, outside the videos. I don't know them, so I can't speak to it. They didn't think Toys to Life would be sustainable. Skylanders have to rethink the figure chase. Sure, I can see that. I can see that for sure. But random trivia. SSA, the only game not dubbed in Spanish. I've always kind of wondered about games in foreign languages. Like, are they as good? Are the voice actors as good? Do you still get the message? Or do you just like, should they even bother with the voice actors? Or would you rather just have it translated on screen? Yeah, I'm not saying he was a big time music producer. I just know he does have some background in music and some background in editing, and so that definitely gave him a leg up when it came to creating YouTube content. Yeah, I know I looked into him a little bit back in the day, but all right. We are playing Skylanders SWAP Force. This is the game we started back during the Super Stream on Saturday, which thank you all so much for joining me for that. The hours came in on that, I think, today. We added it was very close to 300 hours. I think after subtracting, like I said, this is always going to be an uphill battle because they always subtract the same day from the previous year, because I need 4,000 hours in the 12-month period, the most recent 12 months. And so they're always subtracting a few hours from the same day last year. But I think grand total, we added like 282 hours or something like that on Saturday. So far and away our most successful streaming day there. But yeah, that got us a lot closer to that puts us up over 2,700 hours. So we need somewhere around like 1,300 hours to go yet. Okay, that's awesome. They made an incredible effort with pro voice actors for Skylanders. Every single toy even dubbed. Wow. That's fantastic. No wonder things got so expensive. They spent a lot of money doing that. Wow. Yeah, Martin. There you go. That's the hours update. Like I said, they don't update that right away. Like I don't get it until like a day or two later. So yeah, what are we? Two days passed, and that update came in. So watched one of the playlists last night before I went to bed. Yep, that's a great way to add to those hours. Go hit up those playlists. No, just play one right after the other. Hopefully, pretty sure that's how they work. But yeah, if anybody's wondering, all the figures that I just scanned in, if you join me later, those were the 2 unboxings that we did today. All of those figures will be available in the shop. It looks like they all work there, with the only questioning the 2 pieces here that I'm going to throw on, Dragonfire Cannon and the Hidden Treasure, and make sure those work. But everything should be good to go. It should be up in the store within an hour after the stream. Since I have them tested now, it doesn't take me that long to get them up in the store. So that will get up there.
Our end of the deal, Sharpfin. Are you going to help us or not?
Not only am I taking you in my personal ship, but as a special thanks, I'm sending my boys over to Woodborough to get to work for my man here.
Well, hey, I'm not your man. If I'm anybody's man, it's me. You know what I'm saying?
Your ride will be tweaked and ready to blow some rotors off in no time. Hello? I am in the middle of something out here. You could at least pay attention, you Kaiser Highstellers. Hey, watch this.
There's something they didn't have to translate for the Germans.
So, who wants lunch?
I could eat.
All right. I need to pull up my Skylanders. Or, you know who I forgot to test was our broken figures. Let's test them quickly.
Locked and loaded!
So glad to see that you've returned safely, Skylander. And look, your friend Wheellock has graciously come to lend a hand.
No trouble at all, Rufus. Listen, Skylander, I brought you a gift. A brand new fishing pole. There's a fishing hole down in the underhollow that's perfect for relaxing. Lift the pole down there just for you. Feel free to use it anytime.
Oh yeah, we gotta go fishing. Everybody loves to go fishing.
I don't want to keep you from doing your Skylander stuff, so you'd better talk to Sharkfin and get a move on, Skylander. That terror squid needs saving.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention. Does this Zook figure have a name? That's the other thing, that the other real reason I have to reset these figures. Yeah, it's Zook backwards. Nice. Just in case there's bad names people have given things, because there was I don't think there was any filter on here.
Locked and loaded!
So is the graphics quality better than on the Switch, better than 360? I would say probably, but at the same time, it's going to depend what you're viewing it on. I mean, if you're viewing it on an older TV, then you might not notice too much of a difference. But do you think Elemental Realms and Imaginators count as extra levels? I think, honestly, I think that's how they kind of intended it, because the main story kind of had a low number of levels. There are only, what, 10 or 12 levels in Imaginators, like standard levels. But then you had the Imaginator Realms, and like you saw when we were in the menu there before, when you go for the level star count, it had all the Imaginator Realms in there, the Elemental Realms. And so I think that's how they kind of intended it. a lot of people weren't on board with that. That's like they wanted real levels, real story levels. I'm like, it's extra content, folks. It's still content. It's still there. All right. So yes, we got our Dragonfire cannon. They'll still work. Cool, cool. And hidden treasure, do you work? Yeah, there we go. All right, so all those pieces do work. Zoot off, and we'll test our Pop Fizz that had the paint on it. And then I'll get back to using my figures. Or did I reset him already? I know sometimes, like I see these and it's like, oh, they're at level 1 with 0 gold. I don't need to bother resetting them, but I still do anyway most of the time. Just to make sure everything's reset. Make sure I'm not missing something. They're not wearing some hat or something like that. All right, who do we want to see today? No, we had Roller Brawl on there last, I think, but I'm open to requests if there's someone we want to see. Darth Joker, thanks for stopping by. Have a good day. Good night. Actually, probably where you are, I think. Or maybe day. I forget where everybody is. They I remember nicknames of characters with the OG names, but oh yeah, they still had the quotation marks. Yeah. You'd have to like reset the entire figure. Or maybe you can just remove everything and hit enter. So it takes away a name. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, give it a shot, Yoshi. Okay, yeah, we can play with Wind Up again. We'll pull him out. But we're gonna go find Sharp Fin. Go fishing, I think. Yes, thank you, Quentin. Let's not play with Fire Kraken.
Let's jam.
So yeah, here's a little underworld. Like, seriously, I'm telling you, Swap Force had too much stuff. When you're sticking story scrolls in the overworld, get out of here.
Roll with it.
All right, you need a water.
You need a water Skylander to unlock this gate.
Star Wars team, are you serious about Fire Kraken? I cannot stand him. Also water.
You need an Earth Skylander to unlock this.
Forgot how annoying these are. Lame, the stream's going well. We're just getting into our Swap Force run. First half of the stream was unboxing 2 shipments. Another soul gem here. Seriously, there should not be soul gems in the overworld. Come on, Swap Force.
Stone Cup.
All right. Let's back. We did the unboxing. We tested the figures, make sure they work, so I can list them right away when I get off the stream. And then we're gonna go. But now we're just gonna play the rest of the stream. We got what? We're an hour and a half in. I might cut the stream a little bit short today. Maybe only go about 3 hours instead of 4. But we'll get some good playtime in yet. Get another level or 2, depending how long they are. And we all know Swap Force levels are long. Oh, we're fishing. I know how to fish. One fish. This is almost going to work here. 2 fish. Red fish. And blue-lipped fish. Any good figures in the unboxing? We got some decent stuff. I mean, I guess like highest dollar value figure was the Eon's Elite Voodoo that I got in the smaller lot. It's basically the reason I bought the smaller lot. Everything else I was talking about, it's kind of what I consider a mid-range lot. It was something I purchased just like 2 days after opening the shop, and I saw a bunch of my more common figures going. A lot of that SSA and Giants, particularly the Giants from Giants, like the actual gimmick lander figures, selling off, and I'm like, I'm gonna need to restock those, and so I did. And so it was a good value lot. It was like 50 pieces for $50 or something like that, and so I picked that up. I mean, it did have, it was mostly SSA and Giants. It did have a couple of swappers in it, like there was a Trap Shadow and Robo Rouser in there, so those aren't bad either. Ghost Roaster, Boomer, a lot of the Forgotten 8, a lot of Giants. Oh, there's a Mini Genie, the Sidekick version. She was in there, so that was cool. I didn't actually talk to Sharpfin. He wasn't down there. Sharpfin's probably over by his ship, maybe? So, yeah, that's... It was kind of a replenishment order. And I know that the next couple of orders that I'm getting later this week will have some more exciting stuff in them. But
where I guarantee we will find the ancient terror squid safe and sound without any trouble at all.
And we're taking that impressive looking ship of yours, right?
you're serious about Firecracken? Okay.
Are you as fired up about this as
I just can't stand the way he runs. Like he skips everywhere, and then like he's a melee character, like a close melee character, which is not my favorite at all.
I have a way with people.
That's not my fighting style, and so I just have a hard time getting on board with him. Samuel, corrupted figures are tough. You can try resetting them. Otherwise, if you have Giants, it works somewhat in some of the later games. We were discussing this at one point. In Giants itself, there's actually a menu option. If you put the figure on the portal, there's like a menu option to actually like fix broken figure, and you can try using that. It works, I don't know, 90% of the time. I don't know if it's even that high, but that's probably your best bet is to go try that. In later games, it does try to fix broken figures, but there isn't a menu item option for it. I don't think. It's just if you put a broken one on there and like it can't read it, it will like pop up and say, hey, there's something wrong with this figure. Do you want to try to fix it or something like that? And you can try to go about it that way. But that's really the only way you can do it is to try to use the fix broken Skylander option in Giants or try resetting it. Sometimes that does the trick, but that's about all we can do. Vangelis, I reset them in Imaginators just because I don't always remember what I'm getting in the lots. And so I had an Imaginator set up and ready to go. So because I knew I wanted to reset them right away. But I use Imaginators in case I get any Imaginators in the lots. So then because Imaginators can read characters from all 6 games. Whereas if I had just set up with Swap Force, because that's what we're playing, but then I got, what did I get? Like I got Chopper, who is a Trap Team figure. And I would not have been able to test him in Swap Force because he came in a later game. And so that's why I go with the latest game. So I know for sure 100% I will be able to read all the figures in that game and reset them in that game. And then I can just jump over to Swap Force when I'm done with that. Okay, that's fair. I've always said every character is going to be someone's favorite. And that's why I try not to, you know, bash on anybody's opinions of characters. Fire Kraken is not for me. He's not my style. I don't care for his design too much, and I definitely don't like his play style. So that's just me. But it's probably for someone else. And that might be for you. So if that's your figure, go for it. Absolutely, go for it. What is the most popular game? That's hard to answer. The one I see on top of most people's like favorites list would be Trap Team. So that would be my guess, is that Trap Team would be the most popular. That's a tough question to answer. Like, Imaginator is going to be the most expensive, but that's because they're the newest and the biggest and the latest and the hardest to find right now. So if we're talking about figures and games, and like the Switch version just wasn't produced as much, so it's hard to find. So like price wise, it feels like it's popular, but yeah. So Rose up to that, it's hard to say, but I just at first glance, I would say Trap Team would be the most popular.
Am I to assume you're doing something about the Skylanders?
Which games released the most characters, including variants and in-game variants? That's got to be Trap Team. So Trap Team had. Well, it also depends if you include the trap. Actually, no, they might still win even without the traps. So Trap Team has the 18 Trap Masters, has 18 core figures. They have 16 minis, and then you add in the variants. Now, I will say they didn't have many chase variants. They only had 3 chase variants, but they had a fair amount of in-game variants. And then if you add in, like I said, the traps, you're way off the charts. They're dominating everybody.
Well, we're here, but it looks.
But I think they might beat everybody, mostly because of the minis. Like we discussed that a little bit when we were playing Trap Team. Like the minis should have been their own game. Like there was too many figures for one game. When am I going to stream Imaginators? I don't know offhand. Potentially next. Like we'll see if I can take another Vicarious Visions game right after this. If I want to go to Superchargers next or Imaginators. So it'll be one of those two next. So I just did Trap Team. We're doing Swap Force now. After I beat this, I'll either go to Superchargers or Imaginators, and then the other one after that. But yeah, that's probably the plan. Am I able to reset Bowser and DK? I used to have a Wii U specifically. Like I bought a Wii U specifically so I could play with Bowser and DK, because that was 5 years ago when I was doing this. I have since sold my Wii U, but I think I can still reset them in. Can I reset them in the Superchargers Racing for 3DS? Or did they not level up the same there? I don't remember offhand. I'll have to check that out. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They also had 5 reposes in Trap Team. Airship, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Evangelist, I can definitely do Imaginators. So Yoshi, I would love to do the first 2 games. However, with my current setup right now, I cannot. because I'm currently streaming with a PS5, and I can't play the first 2 games on a PS5, and I can't stream with my PS3. So if I find a decent way that hopefully I don't have to resort to using like Dolphin or something, I'll look into it, but I'm not sure. Where would you say someone should start? Not sure what game Santa delivered a couple years ago, but it was more than one. Kids only played about 1 week. I'm going to get in once I move. Rose of Death. I am 100% in the camp that you should start from the beginning. I know a lot of other people would tell you to start with Swap Force or Trap Team, but I do it for a couple of reasons. One, I love origin stories. I love starting from, like, there was no way I could have jumped in and just said, yeah, I'm going to start with Imaginators as my first game. No. I like to see the progression and the growth of the games in the series. I will warn you right now, if you haven't played them, in Spyro's Adventure and Giants, you can't jump. Like, there is no jump button like this. They used exclusively bounce pads, little blue circles on the ground. You see them in some of these later games too, but you use bounce pads to jump places. And that was something they learned from their focus groups, their research with their target demographic, that kids had an easier time using the bounce pads than jumping. And so that's why they did it that way for the first 2 games. They changed that in Swap Force and added jumping, which, I mean, most people were happy with. I don't mind it, but I have a feeling for most people who start with Swap Force or start with Trap Team and then go back to the first 2 games are going to find it a little bit unbearable. But I think if you start there and move forward and kind of progress with the game, that would make sense to me. Plus, like I said, if you start with those characters, you'll be able to use the characters. So like in the first 2 games, you can, or no, in the first game, you can only go up to level up to level 10. And then they progressively increase the level cap as you go along. So that'll help you out too with leveling up your characters. You can get them up to max in each game. Level 10, level 15, level 20. Like now we can get all the characters up to level 20. But I think that'd be the way to do it. Yeah. I don't care to use Dolphin if I don't have to. That's not something I want to do, but if that's the only way, I might look into it.
Skylanders of the tech element are stronger in this zone.
But for some reason, I thought I had a way to stream Spyro's Adventure back in the day. Like, don't I have some videos of me streaming Spyro's Adventure? I thought I did. But maybe I'm just making stuff up. I don't know. But I thought those were some of the first videos I made were streaming Spyro's Adventure stuff. Because I love that game. Alright. Wind up, here we go. You still need some more moves, I know, but you've been a champ so far. You can at least take out those chompies. But yeah, wind up is a interesting play style I found. Like, I kind of like him because I'm always like, I love to button mash, and with wind up you really need to be hitting buttons constantly because you have to be winding him up. So that little meter you see on top of his head, like that's how far he's wound up. And if you overwind him, he does this. But then he at least winds up partway for you, so he's not completely dead. But then when you use his main attack, it uses up that winding power. But then you have to hit circle again to wind him up, which does a little bit of damage, which is cool. But like when you're backing off, you wind him up, and then you go forward and attack. feels like you're hiding something here. There's a chest. There we go. Wind up. We'll find that useful. Yeah, I could see that, especially with the longer levels, and if you're trying to do a nightmare or something, only having limited characters would be rough. If you progress to level 20 and go back to Spyro's Adventure, no, it'll say max level, and you'll be at level 10. Yeah, it's the cap of whatever was there. So yeah, if you take a level 20 Skylander, it's kind of like if you take a Series 3, well, or let's go Series 4 Gil Grunt, because that exists, who is from Trap Team. You put him in Trap Team, it says, hey, this is a Series 4 Gil Grunt. You put Series 4 Gil Grunt in Swap Force, it says, hey, this is Series 3. It might have a special tag by it, but it'll call it a Series 3 Gil Grunt. And it'll behave as a Series 3 because that's what the programming has in the game. And similarly, you take it back to Giants, it'll say, this is a Series 2 Gil Grunt. And you put it back in Spyro's Adventure, it'll say, this is a Series 1 Gil Grunt. It might actually just say Gil Grunt because I don't know if they called him Series 1 in Spyro's Adventure. Do I have another or older channel besides... I believe... there. Yeah, that SCL Matt channel is my only channel. To see the oldest videos, you may have to click like on the videos tab and just scroll through. I don't know if I have all of them in playlists. All right, Airship, that sounds like a plan. All right, Yoshi, I get asked this question a surprising amount of times.
Keep going.
I have a hard enough time picking favorites. Like that's tough for me. But I know it's a question I get asked a lot, so I've determined my favorite is Camo. Followed closely by a bunch of undead Skylanders like Shortcut and Rattleshake and those types of things. But there's just so many Skylanders out there. I don't know what else. Like I haven't ranked them all. I don't know which one's the worst. Right now, just because I've been ragging on them for the past 2 days or past 3 since Saturday. Fire Kraken. Fire Kraken is the worst. There you go. There he's my current least favorite. Fire Kraken. Can't stand the guy. The least favorite is probably Head Rush. I hear that a lot. Head Rush is not a big favorite. What video game consoles do you have besides PS5? I have a PS3, PS4, which we thought was broken and actually might kind of still be broken. We're having some trouble with it again the other day. We may have gotten it fixed though. I don't remember now if we did or not. So I'm a PlayStation guy, so I have PS3, PS4. We may actually have a PS1 somewhere around the house. But we have Nintendo Switch. We have 3DS. Specifically the 3DS XL. Because I have big hands. We have, what else? Oh, I see you story scroll. I'm coming for you. Sorry, Sharpin. I'll be back.
Only a swap Skylander with a sneak ability can activate this.
So, like, I used to have a Wii and a Wii U, but we got rid of those because I didn't play them enough. And then when we got the Switch, like, I played just about anything I want on the Switch. That's the way to go there. That might be all I have now. Or no, I do still have a Nintendo 64 because there are some great games on the 64. Completed all levels, all of hardness on every challenge. Yeah. SSA is a good game. Evangelists, yeah, we're still out here. I mean, the community used to be much, much bigger back when they're coming out with games, but there's still community here. All right. What did it say? We need a sneaky guy.
Only a swap Skylander with a sneak ability can activate this swap zone.
Stink bomb. There you are. Yes, Camo is awesome. I love Camo. Could I stream SSA and Giants on PS4? How am I going to do that? They didn't make it for PS4. They only, and it's not backwards compatible with PS3. So yeah, that's why I need to do it on my PS3. And that's why I was recommending to Brent before, like, if you want to play all 6 games, you do it on Xbox 360 or PS3 because you can play all 6 games. And there you go. The balance. Best element pair of the swappers. Oh, okay, like that. Well, my favorite swapper, I think, is Rattleshake. Who would his pair would be? Why am I blanking right now? Undead. Oh, Night Shift. Yeah, I'd probably go the undead pair, Rattleshake and Night Shift. Like that. That would be my. I think that's who I go with, Chatterbug. Yeah, SSA and Giants were released on PS4. So the thing with the PS3 is to stream stuff, you have to turn off the I forget what it is, some 4-letter acronym. But you can't. They didn't give you control of that on the PS3. You can't turn it off. It's basically a thing that is there to prevent piracy. And yeah, unfortunately, that's not something you can do.
Expand search pattern.
How do I have so much money to buy all these consoles? I've been collecting consoles since I'm old. That's how. This isn't just like I bought all these consoles last year. This is I've been playing video games since I was a kid. And I mean, the Nintendo 64 I've had since, I don't know, since I was 12. So it was like, what, 23 years ago? Something like that. So, I mean, it's a lifetime of video games. It's not just I made this purchase in the past 5 years. Yeah, that would be a lot of money, but I mean, when you're an adult and you make video games your main hobby, and that's I would rather spend my money on a video game console than going out to the bar or even like going to the movies or something like that. I'd rather buy a new video game. That's how I spend my money. Oh, shoot.
Threat level lowered.
Good job.
So yeah, that's what that comes down to. It's not like I'm rich or anything. It's just that's what I've chose to spend my money on over the years. Yeah, I wish they were backwards compatible. I mean, they got it to PS4 on here. Like, come on, give me just give me backwards compatibility to PS3. That's all I need. Like, I don't need to play my PS1 games on PS5. Those can be digital. That's fine. Yes, thank you for the night shift. Heads up there. Yeah, thank you, Biggie John. You're on top of it. HDCP. That's the thing I need to turn off to stream stuff. But I can't turn it off on a PS3. Yeah, like half of every pair. Yeah. But that's the great part, right? They're swappable. They're swappable. I've never gotten into Xbox. I from the very beginning, I could never I could never deal with the swap with a Xbox controller. Like that, it bothered me so much. Just the layout of it, the size of it, it was not for me. I'm old. Yes, I'm old. PlayStation, my main console group, but yeah, I definitely grew up as a Nintendo kid. Well, don't go. So like I grew up on my first video game console. It wasn't even console. I mean, it's handheld. But the first one I owned, the first one I bought was a Game Boy, like the original Game Boy. It wasn't even in color. It didn't have a backlit screen. I mean, I'm guessing most of you don't even know what that's like. You don't even have to understand backlit screens because you've never not had backlit screens. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Okay. Now I know what's going on. But yeah, that was my first video game purchase with a Game Boy. And then, eventually moved up to the Game Boy Color. I mean, that was an upgrade. It wasn't always a standard thing. And what else do we have? Oh, I did it again. Like I never owned like a Super Nintendo or just the original Nintendo console. I played with them at friends' houses all the time. But then the first like major console we got in our house was the Nintendo 64. And then we
Good job.
Yeah, and then we eventually got a Wii and a Wii U. And then somewhere in that time I became part of the PlayStation family. I had not only been playing with it at friends' houses, but like that's what my best friends had at the time. They had PlayStation. And so when I was able to finally buy my first console, like when I got a job in high school, was that in high school? I'm right after high school, actually, when I bought a PS3. So went about it that way. Favorite swap challenge. So yeah, now that I've played most of these again, I'm a fan of the speed ones that we talked about. Kind of remind us of like old Sonic levels. Those are fun, and but my favorite though is going to be the bouncing one. Partly because I get to use Rattle Shake, but I think I'm the best at that one too. Whereas my absolute least favorite one, anybody who watched the end of my 12-hour stream will be able to tell you, I absolutely hate the spinning ones. The spinning is the worst. It's so random, and at one point it actually broke the game. Like I got so stuck that like I legitimately had to leave the level because there was nothing I could do. But yeah, the spinning ones are the worst. Nintendo, but you have Xbox One. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, SNES. NES. All good. All good. Most of your games on the Wii. Yeah. A lot of people did. The Skylanders sold the most copies on the Wii. Period. Like, that's why they kept creating games for the Wii. Even though like the Wii couldn't quite handle the games anymore. Like they could handle Spyro's Adventure and Giants pretty well, but once you got into Swap Force and Trap Team, they got to be bigger games and they just started glitching so much. But they were selling so many copies that they just had to keep making it. It didn't make sense to stop because that was their main audience. It was a family game. Wish Swap Force had slightly darker lighting. Yeah. I'm not old. Well, thank you. Hey, I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you. Get to play on the Atari, yes. Oh, yeah. All these old consoles. Do you think there's any chance for Skylanders at E3? No, not this year. Not this year. They're focused on too many other things right now, and they pull people off other products. Like I don't think they have anything in development right now, and their focus is so much on that was probably my third. I bet my third ruby's off to the right. I'm not gonna be able to get it anymore. So yeah, I mean, most companies, with a few exceptions, will announce stuff that like they have in production for 2, 3, 5 years from now. But the majority of folks, what they announce at E3 is, hey, this is what is coming out in the next year. And so I don't expect to see anything from them because I don't think they'll have anything to show in the next year. Or even the next 2 years, probably. The climbing is fun? No. That's my second least favorite one. Yeah, Spin Zone is the worst. Yes. STL record. Like I glitched on that thing. On the first one it did. That's the one I glitched on, and then the one at the end of the night, we didn't time it, but I must have been there for at least 15 minutes just trying to get through that thing. It was awful. Yeah, I'm glad to see folks showing up at E3 again, but yeah, I would not expect. I would be absolutely shocked if we got anything Skylanders related. I mean, I'm not against it, but I would be shocked. Yeah, King Portals. First of all, welcome to the stream. But yeah, the Wii. I mean, it was a good system, but even when Skylanders came out, like it should have been near the end of its life cycle. But people clung on to the Wii so hard, even when the Wii U came out. Like, I think that didn't help. People didn't really care for the Wii U, which I think is funny because I think a lot of people didn't care for the main Wii U controller, right? Which was essentially a precursor of the Switch. like a handheld device with a screen in the middle. Like, how is that not exactly what the Switch is? And now people eat up the Switch. So I don't know. I think they were just before their time. But yeah. Gosh, I couldn't tell you if you're the oldest in this group. But it depends who's still here. Because I know we do have some old folks. There you go. Martin might win. Don't feel pressure to share your age, anybody. Please don't feel any pressure. Yeah, climbing. I did not care for the climbing ones, Knight Rider. But yeah, the speed zones are good. Yeah, battery life was a problem with the Wii U, for sure. But Lance, welcome to the stream. But yes, the Switch is what people want the Wii U to be. Like I said, I think they were ahead of their time, but at the same time, they needed to release something because the Wii was so old. Like it had outgrown its lifespan. Like they needed to get rid of it.
It must be around here somewhere.
But that's all they had. All right, let's do some digging. And like this part always seemed weird to me. Like what is the theory behind this? Like this always feels like anti Skylanders. Like I don't know. This feels like a different game. Like it should be in like Banjo-Kazooie or Ukulele for all you new kids out there. That's a weird mini game for Skylanders. But we should not be playing with Stink Bomb. We're playing with Wind Up. Go back. My opinion on the Switch, it's a great console. I mean, I enjoy it. My biggest problem nowadays with Nintendo consoles is the lack of achievements. So I've told you many times, I am a trophy hunter. I love my PlayStation trophies. And so if I have a choice to play a game on PlayStation or Nintendo console, like I'm choosing PlayStation every time because I want the trophies. And I mean, it seems like such a little thing, but I enjoy it. I have fun with it. So, like I said, if I'm given that choice, that's what it's going to be every time. Rubber ducky, you're the one. Yeah, the Wii U almost seemed like an add-on to the Wii, and I think that's kind of what they had to do because like I think they knew. I think when they had the Wii U in development, they knew what they wanted the Switch to be, and it wasn't quite there yet. But they also needed to release a new console, and so I think the Wii U was kind of that stopgap between where they were in development and where they wanted to be with the Switch. And like the technology just wasn't quite there yet for the Switch. And so they needed to wait a few more years and get a few more years of development in before they could do that. Now, that's just my theory on things. I don't actually know this for sure, but that makes sense to me.
Whip up a stud.
Banjo-Kazooie, amazing Skylanders figure. I could see that. I mean, he's already an amiibo now. So, yeah, we need to get some more crossovers going. But, I mean, we know they're open to crossovers at least. Yeah, I mean, trophies and achievements, it's a little thing. They're not for some people. For me, I enjoy collecting them. To me, it adds a little bit extra of a challenge in some cases, and it
Skylanders of the
helps me explore the game more fully, I feel. Like, a lot of times there's going to be a trophy for 100%ing a game. Whereas, like, most of the time, there's no reason for me to 100% a game. Because, I mean, I beat the final boss. That's the end of the game, right? Well, now go back and collect all this stuff. Or now go back and do this. Or now, here's a fun little challenge you might not have thought of. Take no damage here. Or defeat all of the bad guys in this area. Or just, they may be little silly things from time to time, but they get you to go back and replay the game. And get you to, get the most out of the game. And it kind of guides you through that, as opposed to just saying, okay, yeah, you beat the game, you beat the final boss. Now here's a free play mode. Go play. Like, well, what's the point? What am I going to do? Well, the point for me is collect the trophies. So that's what I do. Do I have a Switch Pro controller? Yes, I do. Yeah, I prefer using the Pro controller over the Joy-Cons, but I hear about Joy-Con drift all the time. My wife says she's noticed it a little bit on her controller. My best friend has problems as well. I think they use their Switch more than I do, and so that might be harder. My brother has some issues with it as well. I know. I haven't noticed it on my console, but maybe I just don't play enough. I don't know. Have a favorite expansion pack? I don't offhand. Most of the expansion packs, honestly, I've only played through once, and so I don't really remember them. I mean, we've been trying to hit them on this playthrough here. Yeah, Mirror Mystery is a good one. We just played through that one on the stream the other day. That's good. Yeah, I mean, if the Joy-Con drift is the only complaint with the Switch, I think that's overall a pretty solid console. My favorite ancient... Come on, really? I guess you gave me your favorite, but I don't remember all these things. Like I said, I have a hard time choosing favorites. I mean, just my favorite Skylanders. So if you folks in chat have a favorite ancient, please help Knight Rider out. Give him some opinions there. But yeah, I couldn't tell you what my favorite ancient is.
Element are stronger in this zone.
Ow! Let's try not dying at the first balloon. Wait, do we want him to be getting on the coins? Maybe we should switch back to wind up. Want to get him upgraded. Oh, if he doesn't die from hits like that. Okay, wind up. Now you need some food. If only I had a villain that I could switch to in the middle of a fight. Or when I'm not fighting, when I'm just collecting stuff. Made it. Feel wind-up's gonna puncture this balloon though. It's gonna be my downfall. No worries, Scorp. Thanks for joining us this far, but yeah, like I said, I might be cutting this stream off early at like 4 o'clock instead of the usual 5. So to put us like 40 more minutes, or maybe just like finishing this level because levels are ridiculously long.
Skylanders of the tech element are stronger in this zone.
All right, wind up. Stay alive. Let's get you some food. Like a pizza or a hamburger or some watermelon or some corn on the cob. I just realized that their food is like summer grill out picnic food. Well, except for the pizza. Not really.
You gotta take out
Everything
that
else, though.
equalizing crystal thingy to save the ancient terror squid.
Get out of here. No, watch it, watch it, watch it. There you go. Well done, wind up. You are coming along nicely. I think I can live with this guy. I mean, he's another melee guy that like I said, I don't usually necessarily get along with that well, but oh, we get to shrink down, don't we? Totally forgot about this. Got a health item. Wait, like in Swap Force or like that I just picked up in the lots today? What health item do I have? Use a health potion magic item. Well, like the healing elixir, like that one is in a different game, which means it's in a different box, which means I don't have it here. All right. Looks like we are digging in. Digging. Dig. Dig. Treasure chest. I like that. Petrified lightness in the Mirror of Mystery version. Yeah, in the Mirror universe. I think so. That makes sense to me. Shrink ray.
Maybe you can shrink down and blow this crystal up from the inside. Follow that troll.
Down we go. And you see, this is what I was thinking of. Like, this is how they should have utilized minis, right? Now, you couldn't make it a part of the main story unless you included a mini in the starter pack.
Break that crystal from the inside.
But I think that would have been fine. Yes, exactly. See? Should have been a way to use the minis. Now, we didn't have the minis yet. Well, they had the sidekicks, but they weren't playable yet. But yeah, I think this is totally the type of thing that how they should have utilized them. Like that is the way to go about it. But instead they were just like, hey, here's some smaller versions of core characters and they don't really do anything special. They don't really have any purpose. You don't need them to complete the game. We just want to sell you more stuff. So I need to activate that, I think. Or do we need to get it from here? Maybe? Come back for it. There we go. Rubber Ducky, you're the number 2. I wish these coins were actually worth more than a coin. Might actually collect them all then.
Listen, Skylander, I know machinery. You loosen those screws and that whole contraption will blow up good.
Those evil crystals have got
Tracking and juggling abilities. I don't think I have those yet. I haven't played much with Wind Up, but I like him so much so far. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, chaos. Chaos! We should trap him. Quick. Get a chaos trap. Welcome to the stream, though, Chaos. I think just about everybody here you can say this is their favorite childhood game. Well, I guess I might have a hard time saying that. I didn't play this in my childhood. It didn't exist in my childhood. All right. A lot of things going on here. Looks like there's stuff down here. So we'll try this first, or is this just in case I fell down? Wasn't actually anything down here. Shoot. Felt like it should be. I think Chaos is hiding out in Spain. Like, that's why we haven't heard from him much recently. Just hiding out there. My thoughts on Star Strike. We played with her a little bit in the last stream. She seems all right so far. I want to get her level up a little bit more to get a definite opinion. But I can see why people wouldn't like her, because one of like her main moves seems to be heavily timing based, which means it's probably a little bit more tactical, and people don't always appreciate that. Like sometimes I could get it to work, but not always. And that's my biggest problem so far. But like her basic move, right? If you're familiar with her, is where she sends out that light ball of energy or whatever that is, and then her secondary move allows you to she spins, and you can like reflect that original attack, and when you reflect it, it does more damage. And like, it's an awesome move and can do a lot of damage, but you have to time it right. And I think that turns off a lot of people. So I think she has a lot of potential. I think she's cool, different, but sometimes those different Skylanders people don't always go for, when it's not just a simple button mash. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, stop that.
Level up.
There's a lot of bad guys down here hiding in the sand. Wind up, taking it like a champ. Boom! Look at that trophy. Look at that trophy. Yeah, Evilized could have been a variant. Especially when it got into like Imaginators. Like, give me a Evilized, like that could have been a reason for them to make like Glumshanks. Like, that's a figure I always thought they should have made too, was Glumshanks. But yeah, Evilized variants would have been cool. She's one of your favorites. Okay. What if your mini was dead? Why is my mini dead? Up we go, up we go.
Oh no, there's another one of those evil exercisers. Ooh, the
Oh, I see what you mean. If you need them in the game. Well, okay, so I guess they have to go about it one or two ways. Either it couldn't be for the main story, like it would have to just be for side areas, I guess. Like they do elemental gates and swap zones. Like that's what it would have to be for. Like it couldn't be to progress the actual story forward. Because I mean that's the same thing as saying like, well, if you only have one life Skylander and your stealth elf died, well then, you won't be able to open the life gates. So, yeah, it would have to be utilized slightly differently, but that's how I was picturing it though. So I mean, not as part of the main story, but as tangent areas, like hidden areas within the main levels though. Like that's how they should have been used. Evilized Flynn, yeah, would definitely be cool. Evilized Mega Ram Spyro, sure. Up we go.
Only a giant.
Giant?
Can open this chest.
That's what the shelf is for.
Hail to the whale!
Yeah, like the other option would be to kind of be like we have here in the allow a different Skylander to be shrunk, right? Ooh, that I like that. Minis could have mini lock puzzles for chests, or just minis have to go into the lock puzzles because the big guys can't fit. Or a mini revive. That would be an interesting way to go about it if you could revive Skylanders in the middle of a level. But yeah, all good possibilities. See, there's ways to get around it. Good morning, Sonia. Good morning in Australia. All right, we have Riptide Soul Gem. He's one we haven't played with too much either.
Skylanders of the fire element are stronger in this zone.
But I don't want to use the fire element.
Air spellbound.
Which Skylanders game is the most boring? I mean, I guess that would probably kind of go along with which ones I don't like. Well, not necessarily, I guess. I mean, I currently have like Superchargers at the bottom of my list right now. And maybe that's... Well, I don't know if I call it boring, though. There's other reasons I dislike that game. But boring. I don't know. I don't find Skylanders boring. I like Skylanders. Once again, it's kind of like, I don't think there are any bad Skylanders games. I like them all. Like, the distance between my favorite Skylanders game and my least favorite Skylanders game is not that big. Rubber Ducky, you're number 3.
Skylanders of the tech element are stronger in this zone.
That's better. I like tech Skylanders. At least right now we like tech. Sonia, yes, I did recover from 12 hours, all right. Took a day off and I'm back at it. Another 12 hours, let's go. No, I can't do 12 hours. I have other stuff to do today. Like I said, I'm probably gonna cut this one off a little bit early, actually.
Stronger in this zone.
Not to recover. I'm doing fine, but that washbuckler, there we go. But yeah, I just have a busy day today. I got to get the new Skylanders up in the store.
Success.
Chompy should have been in me. Yes, give me Chompy figures. I want official Chompy figures, not just the Happy Meal Chompy figures. Although I do want the Happy Meal ones too. I don't have any of those. I want a whole army of Happy Meal figures. What do you think complete trap collection is worth? 60 trap. Ooh. Question for you. Does this include 3 yawn traps? Full spectrum. Does that 60 traps include 3 yawn? I think for 60 traps it must, right? If all your traps are different. I think it has to. Because that right there is gonna like double the value of the lot, at least. Because those traps are so rare, and I think they're overpriced. But if someone is looking to buy a complete trap collection right now, they're gonna have to pay high prices. So my initial thought, let's just break this down a little bit. If you say, like, I hate to put a price tag of like hundreds of dollars on a single trap, but the way they're going right now, if they average out to, I don't know, say $200 a yawn trap, that's $600. The light and darks are usually about 30-ish. So that's another 180. Close to 800 there. The rest of them, I mean, some have some value. Oh, are we including the variants in that trap number too? Like the 6 variant one would 6 store exclusive with the variant villains, because the yeah, that adds a little bit of value there too. So yeah, that's something. I mean, I could see for a complete collection, maybe in the realm of $1,000. Like that sounds high when I say it out loud, but it's probably not unreasonable. I mean, especially if you need all the traps and to save you the trouble of having to track down all the yawn traps and buy them individually and stuff. That might be a way to go about it. What is my least favorite? So Evangelist, if you haven't heard before, my game ranking starts up at Spyro's Adventure. Then I go like Imaginators, Trap Team, Giants, Swap Force, and Superchargers at the bottom. So that's where my current ranking is. We'll see if that changes with these playthroughs. Yeah, minis should have been used more in Trap Team. There absolutely should have been. Especially like within the levels, I feel. Yes, Brian. Exactly. Yeah. $5.99 price point would have been nice. Blind packs, oof. That'd be questionable. I mean, they started that with the chests, right? The bronze, silver, gold treasure chests. They started playing around with blind bags. No worries, Sonia. Whatever you want to stick around. Like I said, I'm wow. Time flew again. I might be out of here in 15 minutes. How do you think they should have handled soul gems? I mean, I don't mind what the soul gems do now. I'm okay with it. I didn't get many of the comics. I got a few of them sometimes, but let's see. Only have 2 Sensei figures, Golden Queen and the Christmas variant, Jingle Bell Chompy Mage. That's all you need. That's all you need. Jingle Bell Chompy Mage will win the game for you. Yeah, variants and the legendaries. Yeah, I mean, I would say somewhere along those lines. Yeah, you have quite an extensive. Yeah, we know you do. You have all the yawns living down in Australia there. Why do I put Giant so low on my list? Cause, like I said, it's not that I don't like the game. It's just I have a hard time ranking them because I think they're all pretty good. So like, if I were to put them on like a 10-point scale or something, like if you call Spyro's Adventure a 10, you know, 4 games down at Giants, we're maybe at a 9.5. Like there's not that great a distance between them. But if you're asking me to rank them, and I can't just say they're all number 1. Like I would say the 4 Toys for Bob's games are number 1, and the 2 Vicarious Vision games are number 2. But I don't think most people would accept that ranking list. So Yeah, this is a good valuation for Brian here for complete trap collection. If you want to sell it fast, 800 or 1500 max value, sure. Yeah, that's a great way to go about it, and that kind of encompasses my $1,000 figure there. That's a great way to go about it. Yes, Sonia, I am a bit jealous. I like those Eon traps, and I would love to have a complete trap collection, but like, I want to say it's so unfair, but I know there's a lot of things that were easier to get here in the US than they have been in other countries. So if there's, you guys down in Australia got one thing that we didn't get, or if you want to call it 3 things, because there's 3 Eon traps, like, I can't really complain about it. They should re-release Spotlight and Blackout Combat Scalpers. I mean, they could have. I just don't understand why they didn't produce more of them, or push out. But like, they should have known they can sell plenty of light and dark figures. Like, we did get the Trap Masters, but that's because we needed them for the game, whereas the cores they didn't need. I've heard people say that before too. Like, Giants is a Spyro's Adventure expansion, and I get it. Yeah, it felt like an add-on. I mean, yes and no. It was a continuation. It was the same studio. They had such a big hit with the first one. Why not just continue it in the second one? Makes sense to me. Do you think Scratch is worth the price to put it at now? Yes, I do. I think Scratch is an awesome character. Like, generally, I say air is my least favorite element. However, Scratch is one of the few characters in the air element that I really enjoy. I think it's one of the more intricate figures, just from a design standpoint. I think she looks great, and I think she plays well. And so, I mean, yeah, it was unfortunate she was a late release, so she became a little bit more rare too. But I think she's a good figure. What can we get cheaper in the US than other countries? I don't know. I would argue probably most figures, just because there were more of them released here. I mean, I don't know exactly, but well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that thought. Yeah, if anybody wants to send me stuff, I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm not saying I deserve it. I've earned it, or anything like that. I'll get my hands on them eventually. I'll figure out some way to get them. Yeah, there are quite a few things that are hard to get there. Yeah, if you had a contact in the States, there you go. So yeah, sure. Like the Legendary Creation Crystal, like, did that go for all of the Legendary figures? Did you? So they were exclusive to us at Toys R Us. Do you have Toys R Us in Australia, or do you have an equivalent? Were they exclusive to a different chain down there in Australia? I'm curious. The dragons always sell. People love dragons. Yeah. I know fans have speculated over a full game with dragons. It could be fun. Yeah. It's just as good as I say. Sure, I can see that. Stealth Elf is probably, Stealth Elf, I think, is probably the cheapest everywhere, because she was in so many starter packs. That's what I've always said. Like, that was like the trivia question in the first figure focus. Evangelist, there's an address in on the about page. on my YouTube about page. There's an address there, or I think it's the same address. It might be in the footer of the website. I think I have it. I think I have it down there as well. Didn't quite get a few legendary ones in store, but the Toys R Us ones. Okay, your version of Target, yeah. That was confusing the first few years that I did Skylanders, before I realized the Target in Australia, even though the stores look very similar and they have like almost the exact same logo, if it's not exactly the same, and they're called Target, and it's a completely different chain in Australia than the one we have here in the US. But yeah, I know your version of Target. I know got a lot of the exclusives down there. I remember seeing that in advertising from time to time. England has Toys R Us. Okay. Brian, yes, I do. I have my collection of. I sold off my extras, but I have my collection of Battlecast cards. So I have all of the base set, and I don't recall if I kept my silver and gold variants, but if I did, I just like, I don't have complete sets of them. I just have parts of them, and that's why I may have sold them off, because they were incomplete. I could see me doing that. I don't remember if I did. I have to go check my binder.
Ooh, shiny things.
Swap Force slot with chase variants. Hold on, gotta get past this here. Okay, Swap Force slots with chase variants. $700. Gold Doomstone, silver and bronze Shaft Shadow, and Think Bomb. I would say it depends what else is there. Back in the day, those free chase variants would have been enough probably to qualify that lot. Nowadays, I think you can get those for a little bit cheaper, probably. I haven't looked up exact prices recently, but I think you can get them cheaper. So it depends what else is in that lot. Yeah, swapping and trading. I mean, people still pay for the rare stuff, but there's a lot that has become very, very common. Australia has a Toys R Us. The capital cities. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Good to know. It is not just you. They did that specifically. The senseis are the strongest figures. It's not a lot different than the rest of the series. Like in Giants, the Giants were the most powerful. Everybody else was a little bit weaker. Especially cores from previous games. In Swap Force, the swappers were the most powerful. And anybody else, including cores and cores from previous games in particular, were less powerful. Trapmasters were the most powerful. Superchargers were the most powerful. They've always been doing that. I think there was just a bit extra nerf that went down in Imaginators that people noticed it more. And So yes, that has been noted that they definitely made the Sensei is way stronger than anybody else. Evangelist, it's all good. It's all good. Thank you for explaining, but yes, I understand. Legendaries are sold there in every store. Yeah. So like the exclusivity thing, like they made them exclusive to Toys R Us, but that's only going to be valid in countries where Toys R Us exists, or depending what their contract was. And apparently it was for their Toys R Us stores in the US. Because like I said, Australia is different. Netherlands is different. There you go. I love humor. But yes. Many meanings of capital. All right. Who do we got?
Is from the earth and undead elements. Can unlock this
Earth
gate.
and undead. Well, you know who I like for undead? He's up on the shelf. Earth. Oh, wait. I know who I like.
Only Skylanders from the earth and undead elements can unlock this
I'm
gate.
coming. Just a minute. Gotta put them together. Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Go ahead. Snake my day.
Welcome to the stream, Minnie. Glad to have you here with us.
Snaking along.
EV games sell them for Skylanders for $4 or $5. Yeah, I mean, they had a large stock of them. Yeah, because they bought them for a while, and so what I mean, once they had them in stock, like they bought them dirt cheap, like used from people, and so if you have stock, you might as well do something with it, even if it's sell them.
Skylanders of the undead element are stronger in this zone.
Hey, Skylander! I was digging for treasure out there, and I'm pretty sure
I see some dynamite.
hole to the Underlands, which I reckon to be a problem. If you can find a way to seal up that hole, I'll give you all the treasure I found. Try using this dynamite on the holes.
Oh, I have more dynamite.
You are history.
So here, Deputy Snake, you go deal with them. Boom.
Bullseye.
Hey, Deputy. Wait, there are more holes. Stop that. Boom.
Bullseye.
Boom. Get out of my way. Out of my way.
Another success.
Deputy died. That's why I'm having so much trouble. The deputy is down. Excuse me, dynamite come through.
You are his.
Amazing.
You are
work.
history.
You really earned this.
What video quality does my TV have? I don't know offhand. I'm actually playing this on a Mac. Like I'm streaming my PS5 to an iMac, and so I can stream it easily from there. So I'm using the Mac as the monitor. Yeah, I wish I had a Toys R Us closer to me because I would have stocked up on Skylanders. Like from a money perspective, it's probably a good thing I didn't have a Toys R Us closer to me. I probably would have spent a lot more on Skylanders over the years, and especially when they were closing down. But it would have been good for the store. Wind up. I don't think you really have enough to. Ooh, we're at the split. So I really like both these, but we'll give it to. Actually, no. I should double check. That's why I didn't choose last time. I was gonna double check which path my other guys has. All right, Evangelist. Have a good night.
Go ahead.
Snake my day. All right. So, which path did you take, sir? You took top path, so I'll take bottom path on quick draw. Okay. Do you need upgrades on the bottom though? Oh, you're here. Yeah. See, that's gonna make them all purple. I don't like purple. Well, I don't like the purple Rattleshake, unfortunately. Like, he just doesn't look the same anymore. Anyway, we'll save him for later. Top half of quick draw, we're gonna go.
Go ahead. Snake my day.
Then we want to level up wind up as well over here. Choose that path, and can we afford one? Yeah, we can afford one. Poisons first enemy hits, dealing damage over time. Cool. Enemies poison, take more damage. Cool. And then I'm gonna refuse to take the stupid soul gem because I don't want to turn purple. All right. Wind up. We gotta finish this level.
Oh, wound up.
All right. Wind up and dealing increased damage. Awesome. Spring shot launches enemies into the air. Attacking launched enemies will deal critical damage. Can do that. And increased punching damage. That's always good. We're not going to make this decision yet, I think. So what are our choices, though? Toy-based attacks help keep enemies off their feet. Or increased crank power. Interesting. Okay. Keep an eye on that. Do you think Skylanders would have been more successful if they reached all the ways for each game at the beginning? Nope. I think they did it the right way. Because think about how much you spend over the course of a Skylanders game. And if they release everything at launch, there's a few reasons not to do that. One is a retail reason. They don't have shelf space for that. There's no way they could fit all like 30 some odd figures plus variants plus minis and trap masters and like all these different things. You can't fit them all on the shelf at once, so you got to release them in waves. The other reason is think about how much you spend over if you collect all the Skylanders, you spend hundreds if not thousands of dollars over the course of a game. And no parents in particular are going to say, yeah, we can go in and buy $1,000 worth of Skylanders stuff, and then you'll be done for the year. No, they are saying, hey, okay, we'll buy you the starter pack today and 1 or 2 extra figures. And then when we're here next week or a month later, you can buy 1 or 2 more figures, and they can get them to do that because then they come back and they're like, hey, mommy, daddy, there's new figures out. I don't have this one yet. Okay, you can get 1 more. And then a month later, hey, there's a new figure out. I don't have this one yet. Okay, you can get 1 more. And then when it's only, $10 or $15 at a time, you can talk parents into buying that or spending that. Whereas you say, hey, here's $500 in new stuff. Please buy it all. It's not going to happen. So for a few reasons, I think they didn't do it that way, and I think that was a good thing for everybody. All right, we'll just run around here. Gotta be getting kind of close to the end of this one, I think, right? We just need the 3rd minified section, which might be up here. Well, there's our 3rd soul gem, so that's cool. The question is, how do we get up there? Does that path take us up there, or? For some reason, that doesn't look promising, but maybe. I don't want to miss that soul gem. Oh, there it is. There's my bounce pad. And this is why you always destroy every box. Who's that? Oh, really? Fire Crockett. We could have skipped that one. No one would have missed him. Oh, no.
The swap Skylander with the spin ability can activate this swap zone.
All right. I will give it 3 attempts. If I don't get it in 3 attempts, I am moving on. Nope, no. Oh. Back this way.
Good job.
So far, so good. Thank you, Martin. I'm gonna need it. Yeah, we are not spending a lot of time on this. It's not necessary to complete the game. Extra content. I mean, if I want 100% the game, I guess I need to finish it, but that's not what this run is about. We're not here to 100% things right now. We're here to enjoy the game. This is not so enjoyable. Hey, we did it. First try. Firestone. Firestone is also the name of a tire company, automotive company. I think there something about the layout of that one felt easier to stay like on board.
Stone cold success.
All right, wind up. You're just going to be the champ of the day. Get all the way through this. All right, got another gate over here. Well, sorry, wind up.
You need a water Skylander to unlock.
Amp it up.
We're inspecting this old fountain here, then bam! My mate's got launched up and stuck on those water gloves. Bounce on that moving thingamajig to lower the pillars. I'm not so good at the
I
jumping.
like that they spelled out thingamajig.
Help us, Skylander!
Skylanders of the water element are stronger in this zone.
Okay, did I miss something? What am I supposed to be doing here? Whatever I'm doing. Oh, they're coming down. Okay, I just had to bounce constantly. Got it. Never mind. Bounce and avoid getting shot by those things. Constant bouncing, constant bouncing, constant bouncing. Hey, come on. How many bounces do I need? I'm gonna die. Really? Come on. You. Okay, we're gonna give someone else this job. This one of the jobs you should give to Firecracken.
Another smash hit.
Come on, get off. Get off, guys. There you go. Go, 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 go.
Good on you, mate. We found this hat while exploring the area. Please take it for your help.
Peacock hat. All right, here we go. Here we go. Past quitting time already.
Skylanders of the fire element.
Time goes by fast. I know I stop and talk a lot, but time goes by quickly. It really does. I understand you're over there, Sharpfin, but there's got to be something over here. Rubber Ducky, you're number 4.
You're here just in time, Skylander. These Greeble ships are all over the place. If we take them out before they can drop off more of these baddies, it will make your life easier.
Yeah, Brian, but that's Skylanders. All that for a hat. I mean, what do you get for beating Nightmare Mode? A hat.
This is gonna be a rough ride. Man the cannon. All eyes front, Skylander. Ships are on the way.
The ships need to come faster. Should be programmed like as soon as I kill one off, the next one should appear.
You got every one of them. Incredible.
I did get every one of them. Way ahead of you guys. Wait, whoa. Come back here. Oh, I missed one. No. That's not good. Okay, that was just level 1. It's tougher. Got it. Ah. No. No, wind up. Oh, I should have played with someone else in that. That's a sad day. Sad day. All right. Here we go.
Go ahead. Save my day.
See? Is that close to winning?
Excellent work, Scott. You took care of most of them.
Wind up. Come on, man.
We're close. Get going.
Worried about that. Yeah, they're not always actually hats. Yes, that's very true as well.
Clear the air.
I knew you could do it.
Oh, man.
Excellent work, Scott. You took care of most of them.
Most of them. Not all of them. I'm glad you folks are able to find helpful Americans.
Okay, you're gonna have to get to that last crystal on foot.
Skylanders of the magic element are stronger in this zone.
Magic element? What can we do for magic? Oh, Star Strike we were talking about. Star Strike. Where are you?
Shoot for the stars.
All right. Oh, okay. Well, I'd say maybe pass it up, but this is going to be for my boy Rattleshake.
Only a
Although,
swap
Quick Draw,
Skylander with the
I killed off Quick
can
Draw.
activate this swap zone.
I'm sorry, Quick Draw. You can't do this one.
Go ahead. Save my day. Woohoo!
One shot. Got it.
Good job.
Whoa. Thought that was like a bar jump. That explained it. Okay. One more try. We might just pass on this one because we need to finish. As much as I like these, they do take a little bit of time, especially at these later ones. I don't know. I'm just going to keep trying to rush through them, so I'm not going to do my best. So, if we don't get enough time, we'll keep moving on. That was risky. Should not have done that. Oh, this is a bad move. Okay, we made it. We made it. We made it.
Great job.
Oh, and for folks that were asking about different swap zones I like before, the magic ones, the teleportation ones that Hoot Loop has. I like those because they're challenging and fast-paced. May not always be the best at them, but I have fun with them. And I like that they go by quickly. Yeah, I was worried about that one. Okay, we need to move on now. No, I can't play wind up. Okay, Rattleshake, you're gonna, let's see if we can bounce this one out. Here we go, here we go, here we go now. See you up there, the last section. Hello, angry puppy.
Your history.
Yeah, that's right. All right, that's forward, so there's something hidden over here. Treasure chest. Who can we give this to? We can give it to... Wait, did we actually kill Star Strike? Or... No, because we had the bouncer. That's why.
Shoot for the stars.
All right, you need some cash. And we're gonna rock it out again with Rattleshake. Actually, well, here we can keep you on until you die. How about that? Well, hopefully it's not right there. I know you're still weak. I know you're still... Oh, watch out. Watch out. There's some bad guys up ahead. Yeah, you're gonna die before you even get there. Ooh, pizza. And cheese. Last one. Let's go. Let's go. No cheating and jumping over these gates, even though I never did in the old... They really want to make sure you run around in circles. No, full up. Don't need the pizza. No overeating, Star Strike. Ow. Food is energy. Now you need the food because you got hit. Gonna have to do without it. Here we go. And the fast one.
All right.
Oh. At the end of this level here, just undoing the 3 things. Might be. I think this level is significantly shorter than the previous level. I mean, it did take us a while to play through anyway, but still. Rank up.
Master, rank up.
Missed a hat. Mr. Rubber Ducky. Unfortunate. All right, folks. That is that level. That is Swap Force. This is what we were playing. We will be playing this for the next couple sessions. Like I said, actually next week and the week after, I will not be doing any lives. So keep that in mind. I will still try to fit something in on Thursday. Once again, it may be an abbreviated session, but we'll see what we do. We will have a lot of unboxing videos this week. So there'll be plenty of things to watch. I have Skylanders that should be showing up just about every day this week. So stay tuned for those. I'll let you know when they happen. It should be about the same time every day. Actually, no, it could switch because some of it's coming through the Postal Service and some of it's coming through UPS. So yeah, this is actually part of this level. This is actually a bonus level or like a boss level, isn't it? We'll see if I can play through it quick. But yeah, I'll have those coming this week. So you'll have those to look forward to for sure. And then when that happens, we can check out what comes in those lots, and those lots will once again be going up on the shop as soon as I get them up there. But once I get off here, I'm going to grab some food quick, and then I'm going to make sure I get all of the figures we got today from the unboxing up on the site. And that will be today's project for me. I have other stuff I need to get to after that, but that is going to be the first thing I handle. So if anybody's interested in the figures that we unboxed today, those will be available. Should be within the next hour. So I will let you know once again, like on Twitter, when I have those up and available for you. That is something I really want to get done quickly. So come on. But yeah, the inventory will be updated first thing. Really use someone who moves a little bit faster. She's not leveled up and she doesn't have a lot of speed. She's not wearing a hat right now. So Star Strike is a little slow, but she's getting the job done. So we can't complain too much. Well done, Star Strike. Let's do this.
You don't look so good. Hey, have some of this.
See if we can't get you some good XP for beating a boss. And then go grab that pizza. I was like, I really want pizza right now. Actually, I don't know if I have pizza. Oh. I thought I had you healed up. That's unfortunate. Sorry about that. Rattleshake it is. Full spectrum, I think a lot of folks are like that. Those early variants, like, yeah, we didn't know what they were. No one knew what they were. So how should you know you should pick it up? It didn't look like the other figures. There's something wrong with it.
He's down. Go break up those crystals. You don't look so good. Here, have some of this.
Almost there. Almost there. Gobble gobble. Forgot the thought to paint it. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people thought when like the silver ones showed up. I mean, the gold ones look a little bit more like, hey, yeah, this is something cool and collectible, and maybe the clear ones too. But the silver ones more so look like, like just a base layer, like a primer. Trophy. All right. Now, come on. Send me back to the overworld so I know I can stop there. But yeah, I got to call it quits after this. So thank you once again all for joining me. I'll let you know on Twitter when the shop has been updated, if that's something you're looking forward to. You can find that at skylanderscharacterlist.com/shop. Thank you to everybody who's been watching. Thank you to everybody who has been supporting me through various means, subscribing, liking, sharing the videos, commenting on the videos, all that good stuff. We got a lot more good stuff coming up, and tomorrow, figure focus video. Wednesday, we have the Skylanders Dictionary video, and Thursday we should have our last brief
I really think you should see this.
live stream before I take off for a little while. So all of that stuff will be coming up. A lot of good stuff to look forward to, but we're closing down on the 4,000 hours as well. So hopefully we can hit that soon. I don't expect us to hit it this week or anything like that, but yes, we got a lot of good stuff. Thank you, Brian. Yes, Sonia, the videos, a lot of people seem to enjoy them. So I'm glad. A lot of people have been watching them. We hit Sunburn hit 1,000 views today, or yesterday, or what was that? No, maybe it was today. Yesterday or today. The first figure focus video to hit 1,000 views, which I think is pretty impressive. I would have been thrilled if 100 people watched those videos. I was thrilled when 100 people watched those videos. So I'm even more thrilled when 1,000 people have watched it now. And it's like, sure. That's just my sign to say, hey, yeah, this is something people enjoy, and I will keep creating them.
Welcome back, Skylander. Thanks to you, the ancient terrace squid has safely returned to Woodborough.
Nice volcano hat. We should go talk to Flynn and show him that volcano hat.
I think you'll be most impressed.
All right. So there we go. We are back at home base. I'm going to call it quits. Thank you all for joining me. And I will talk to you soon. In the next unboxing, most likely. Will probably be the next time. I'll see you then.